music, art, movies are all about stories. Stories exist to evoke emotion, for us to feel. And when I created the 7-month experience called Rise and Thrive, that culminates into this unique and powerful event, Stand Tall in Your Story, I wanted it to feel like I feel when I'm at a concert. That feeling when people from all ages, all places are all together singing along and everybody knows the words. You're there for that shared human experience. Even if you don't know all the words, there's just this moment when you're just standing on the blanket and the lawn of that concert, beer in hand, and you're looking across that sea of people, and that moment when you realize that they all came together on that same night to feel something, a shared human experience. And that's what we're here for tonight, this shared human experience. So far, I think we've got it nailed. Doing okay out there? Awesome. Now, we are here to share the love of the women of Rise and Thrive Season 3, who are up top tonight, and for their courage to bring their stories to the stage in celebration of International Women's Day. Yes, yes. And we are very intentional about bringing these human stories to the stage. They are rich in their business experience, career, awards, accolades, too numerous to mention. But that's not why we're here tonight. We're here for the human side of their story. We're here for them to share their hearts, their fears, and their funny. Because business is human. Okay? Let me give you some context for what that means. And this actually comes from my recently released book called Write Your Own Story. Finally. Oh my Lord, wrote that thing for 3 damn years. So business is human. But let's break it down. Let me give you some context. So business, and most of you are career professionals. All of our speakers are career professionals. Business needs to control, measure, and optimize. Goals, strategies, metrics, systems, processes are all an important part of the deal, right? And as a long-standing business consultant, I would say, keep doing those things. They are important. But humans are different. Humans, our needs are personal, emotional, and social. And over time, we've gotten a little confused and started to believe that in order to be successful, we have to control our human lives. Let me give you an example. I'm a runner, and oftentimes I will go out and run with friends. And sometimes we'll get a mile or two down the road, and this person will literally just stop in the middle of the street and have a little bit of freak out. And they'll start to say things like, oh my gosh, now it doesn't count. And they're looking at their Apple Watch or their Fitbit or whatever device that they forgot to hit start when we left. You feeling me, right? And they're freaked. And I say, well, hold on. And I can laugh about it now because I used to be this person. And I say, okay, well, hold on. Haven't we had like really good discussion for the last 10, 20 minutes? I mean, I think our dopamine levels have increased. I'm pretty sure that our body is deriving a sense of satisfaction for this run that we're on together, and they can't even hear me. They're like, you do not understand. I said I was gonna run 15 miles this week. If I didn't track the 2 that we just ran, that means I have to run 2 more on Saturday, and the boys have soccer. Laughter is admission, right? So somewhere along the line, we started to believe that if we can't measure it, track it, and improve it, that it just doesn't count. And so we take a very different approach with Rise and Thrive. We want to honor the human needs first. So we bring the personal, emotional, and social here to the stage to celebrate our human stories so that we can have this shared human experience. But the only way that we can do this is if we create a safe place for our stories. I want to tell you about an experience I had last week. I received one of my favorite compliments. I was talking to a woman who is considering hiring me as a business coach. And what's interesting about this is at the end of the call, she said, "Thank you for making me feel safe." She went on to say that the prior week, she had interviewed another coach, and at the end of that call, she just felt small. But what's important is the backstory. Ashley, one of our speakers tonight, had referred this woman to me, and I had sent her my calendar link, and she scheduled the appointment, and after that, quite frankly, I totally forgot about it. With everything going on with the book release and this event, that was it. I forgot about it. And so when the calendar appointment showed up, I couldn't remember why I was supposed to talk to this woman. And I thought, well, all right, let me check my email. Nope, nothing there. Let me check LinkedIn. Nope, not even connected to her yet. So I looked at her profile, and I couldn't remember anything about why I was supposed to talk to this woman. And I thought, okay, here we go. So I logged on to the call, and I said, "Hi, it's great to meet you. And I can't remember why we're talking today." And she said, "Oh, Ashley referred." And I said, oh, immediately it all come back to me. And I said, "Yes, you're an entrepreneur and a founder. I can't wait to hear about your story." Now, what's interesting about that is the old me, 5, 10 years ago me, would not have handled it that way. I would have seen that calendar appointment and panicked because I didn't know why I was supposed to be talking to this person. I would have gone into stress and distress and search and rescue mode, just trying to figure it out. Y'all, if I'm honest, I would have canceled the appointment until I could figure out why I was supposed to be talking to her. Because the old me believed that if you're a successful business professional, you always get it right. And you control all the outcomes, and you never let somebody know that you don't have it all together. But what I've learned is when you can show up as a human with all of your flaws and put your imperfection on full display and just be curious about each other's stories, you create a really safe place. And so tonight, you're a part of this movement. Are you ready to create a safe place for these women and their stories? I hope so. Now, these women came together for the first time just last October. And we immediately started to make the shift. We started to shift them from that control it all, perfection, you gotta get it right, factory model, industrial age business mindset. And we shifted them into this age of humanity, as I like to call it. And we gave them this safe place to explore their gifts and their talents and their insecurities. We gave them a safe place to look at their past, their present, and especially their dreams for the future. When we can create that kind of safe place for people to stand tall in their stories, we believe that our human stories first give us infinite opportunity for growth in our business. We are not machines here to produce. We are beautiful humans here to add value, be relevant, and make an impact. So tonight, they're going to share a little sliver of their story. They're going to share something that has bubbled up from their vast experiences, something that their inner Thrive guide said, "Hey, go tell them this." Some of them are sharing stories so that they can release them into the world, to give them light and healing so they no longer feel the burden of carrying them around. There are funny stories, and there are sad stories, and there are inspiring bits in them all. And our hope is that you'll hear a little of your story and their stories so that we have a chance to really feel this shared human experience. So in fact, tonight, throughout the evening, we're going to pause the stories from the stage, and we're going to give you a chance to talk amongst yourselves at your tables. And you'll get to know a little bit about each other. You'll get to share how you're feeling about the stories that you're hearing from the stage. And for you at home that are watching, say hello to our virtual participants that are out there at home somewhere. Thank you for being here. You will also have the opportunity to reflect on these stories and what you're hearing. And we want to thank our partners at Cantaloupe TV for bringing the virtual experience to you all through their storybook platform. They have been a long-term partner of mine, and I am so, so grateful for what they do for us. So, I couldn't talk about sharing our stories without thinking about the past of this event, how this all played out. So our first event happened just 5 days before the world shut down in 2020. Praise God, I got that one in before it closed down. Our second event happened just days after we could open to gather in large groups in 2021 in the middle of an April snowstorm, for those of you who are here. Many people told us that those two events were the only time that they had really been out in a year. And my favorite part of all is the people that shared that they met people in year one at that event, became friends, and attended together in year two. So, who knows what kind of friendships and people that you're going to meet tonight as we embark on this shared human experience.